Hi sprinters, welcome back. Simon Severino here. And this channel is about your revenue systems, your saving systems, your investment systems. Today we talk investment systems. I really enjoyed our live Q&A this week, and I take your questions very seriously. Many questions were about, hey Simon, where is the 10x? Where is the 10x? Because I just shared with you some 2x, 3x, 2.5x. So yes, this week the markets were not giving us any clear signals. Everybody's waiting and watching. We still have to wait before Saturday. But of course, we use this time to do two things. First, build up cash positions so that we have dry powder when we need it. And second, we do our fundamental analysis, and I do the research work with my 10 steps due diligence. And so I did a couple of fundamental analysis, and today I share with you 135x coin. So I'm excited. It's a high risk, high reward coin for the speculative part of any portfolios that want to have a speculative, high risk, high reward part. And so if you put in 1,000, it might be 35,000. So if you put in 10,000, it might be 350,000, so on. So it's worth watching. But first, congrats to all of you who went in with me in Phantom over the last week, because just in the last 20 hours, Phantom has made 22% up, which is incredible. That's 1% per hour. This is what the S&P does on average over a whole year, is what this guy has done in the last 20 hours, and it's just the beginning of Phantom. The whole ecosystem of Phantom, which I will describe in an own video, has 3 more very interesting plays and 4 more plays to watch moving forward as a potential future play. So the whole Phantom ecosystem is a strong L1. It's here to stay. It's just entering the top 10. And so it came on our top 10 list with Luna. Phantom and Luna came onto our top 10 list recently. And look what Phantom is doing today. It's amazing. This is what Phantom did. And also congrats to everybody who went in with us on Luna. This is what Luna did this week. Incredible. We, on this channel, we bought it together live at 60. Where is 60? We nailed here the bottom, and that was how many days ago? That was January 9 when we went in at 63, and look where we are right now. We are now at 83, so it went up 20 points in a couple days. It's incredible. We are now at 83, and this is 4 days later. That's what Luna is doing. So congrats on everybody who went in on Luna and on Phantom. And let's go to today's winner. So this 35x possibility is something that is not a buy today, because look, we're talking METIS DAO, and METIS DAO, we'll go into the fundamental analysis, but first the technical. It's not a moment to buy because it was just rallying, so it has to come down. We don't chase, we don't buy after such a 34% rally in a couple of days. So we wait for it to cool down, set limit orders, and just let it come to you. But first, why would you want to consider it in your portfolio in the first place? Let's look at METIS DAO first. So let's do the fundamental analysis. You know our 10 steps, elements of your system, right? You have portfolio construction, asset allocation, entry system, exit system, research system, rebalancing system. If you're following this channel long enough, you have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 systems in place, and you are getting better and creating wealth every month. Now, 10 steps that we check. We are talking METIS, ticker symbol METIS, and it's a METIS DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. Does it solve a real problem? Yes. So it got a green here. It solves a real problem. The problem is smart contracts, which is a real need of the world right now, and it's the future of the financial systems. And there are some frictions in there. The main solution is Ethereum. Ethereum is both expensive and slow. Expensive is a problem for retail, not so much for institutions. They're used to pay these kind of fees. But without retail, it's hard to scale. So there has been a fork of optimism to build on the Ethereum EVM. So it's an L2 from the asset class. It's a layer 2 solution on top of Ethereum, which is meant to make smart contract transaction faster and cheaper. So there is real utility in this thing, since smart contracts are solving real problems, and this is improving one problem that smart contracts have right now: too slow, too expensive. And if you have ever used Ethereum, you know what that means. If you try to buy stuff right now, you have gas fees up to $270 just to buy a $300 asset. So, is it decentral enough? Yes. It is more decentralized than its two main competitors. The main competitors are Arbitrum and Optimism, and it is more decentralized than them. What does it create in a decentralized way? You can do on it decentralized payroll, decentralized marketing, decentralized sales. And it's also slightly more secure than its two competitors because it has a different mechanism in there called IPFS, which you can Google, and if you want to get very technical, for now on a high level, it's more secure and it's more decentralized, which is really important because we look for the grade of decentralization versus centralization, and we don't touch centralized stuff. So, network effects. Does it have network effects? Yes, it's the more scalable version of the EVM. So it's highly scalable, it's more decentralized, and especially compared to Arbitrum and Optimism, the main competitors. Other competition, other risks. What about competition? Is it easy to do? Well, yes, because it's a fork of something, and if something is so easily forkable, everybody else can come and fork it again. If you see, most automated market makers are just a fork of Uniswap. So, for example, SushiSwap even looks like Uniswap, and every other market maker is the same thing. It's just a forked Uniswap. So if it's so easy to fork, somebody else can fork you and duplicate it easily. So yes, there is risk. That's why I gave it a yellow. You might give it a green or a red. It's your decision. But based on this data, I gave it a yellow, and I'm very conservative when I do the 10 steps due diligence because I want to be very sure. I want to sleep well with my predictions, right? And so then, let's see. What's the uniqueness compared to its two competitors? The uniqueness compared to Arbitrum and Optimism is It's the only decentralized storage for the NFTs that are on there. So you can keep them there because the mechanism IPFS makes that possible, and the same mechanism makes it also much more secure. So I see this as a competitive advantage. That would be a green. But on the other side, it's just a fork of a proof-of-stake system, which for me is very, very risky, very easy to duplicate on a just technical level. You have to duplicate also the adoption and the network effects. That's not so easy. But on a technical level, it's easy to replicate. On the other side, it's more secure, so I gave it a yellow. Then, is it inflationary or deflationary? Well, it's kind of in the middle. It is inflationary as there is an emission schedule. We have a circulating supply of 1.8 million and a max supply of 10 million. So expect price to go down many times before it goes up. Highly volatile, highly risky, inflationary, not our favorite kind of thing. But if in this hard year, if you are looking for 35x things, you will not find any perfect possibility. You have to accept some inflationary momentum and some broken tokenomics if you want to go that route. And as you can see, there are many reasons not to go down that route. My main reason to be skeptical is the regulatory risk, because we don't know how the SEC will regulate all these layer 2s. Will it be a slap on the wrist and it's just a money fine and they pay it and it's fine? Or will it be something more substantial? Really nobody knows. The only thing that we know are the Bitcoin is not regulated by the SEC because it's a property and not an equity, but everything that is an equity, especially layer 2s, will be regulated, and then they have to show that they can still be in the game. So highly regulatory risk, but that applies to every L2 and every L1 except Ethereum. So then we have velocity. Velocity is fine. It's moving in the right direction at the right pace. The team founder, Natalia Ameline, is a strong, smart woman and in Canada with a great network, and she's doing amazing stuff. One of the co-founders, Elena Sinelkova, is also Vitalik Buterin's mother, which tells you really how young and emergent this movement is, right? And the community is not there yet. It's hard to buy, it's expensive to buy, because exactly of the problem that it tries to solve, right? And the community, yes, there is positive sentiment, but it's not very well known yet. And the technical analysis, it's not a buy at this point in time. I would wait for it to come to you. If you want to set a limit order, I would set a limit order for $150. And if it comes to that point, then it might be a buy. The TVL is really interesting and has been exploding. And the TVL is what we're looking for. What are developers doing and what is the total value locked? So high potential here. I see a 35x potentials, and now I will show you why. So it's a layer 2 solution, right? Let's compare it to another layer 2 solution. We know now about the total value locked. And now let's compare it. Which one is the best layer 2 solution out there? If you ask me, it's clearly Polygon. And so if we compare the market cap of Polygon and of METIS DAO and say, what is the price if METIS DAO does everything like it's doing now, and if it just keep doing well and reaches the market cap of the best L2, what will happen? Then we have a market cap from 438 millions to 16 billions, and this is where we have 37.5x. That's why this is not science, of course, and this is just one number, not even an indicator. This is just one calculation, right? So don't bet your farm on one calculation. But there is potential. There is potential. This is something to watch. And if you want to have a highly speculative part of your portfolio that might be 35x, that's my sandbagged version. If you want to have something like that, then this might be one. But know that this is highly, highly speculative and highly risky. So having said that, this is the coin of the week. Congrats again to everybody who's been buying Phantom and Luna. You have done 20% on both over the last hours. So keep rolling, everybody. Let me know what fundamental analysis you need next, and keep rolling.